Hi everyone. So I wanted to discuss what I find so great about ASMR and why I'm posting these videos. And I find ASMR really nice because it helps me personally to fall asleep when nothing else can sometimes, because I have insomnia once in a while too often myself. And listening to ASMR can really help me feel more relaxed. So I wanted to read some of the theory of why this is and how I feel that it affects me personally and kind of the conditions of how it works for me. And of course, I can't really know how it works for other people. I've only experienced it for myself, but I have heard for other people, of course, it can work as well to relax. But I feel like some people experience it one way and other people experience it another way. And it really can vary for me, even from one moment to another, how I experience it. And one video to another, just the characteristics. A lot of ASMR does not really work for me, but I have found some great ASMR videos that do a wonderful job for my nervous system. So the theory of ASMR. ASMR is short for Autonomous Sensory Meridian Response. That is a pretty difficult to understand title. So one option is that it can help people fall asleep by triggering a unique relaxing sensation that many describe as a tingling feeling, often starting at the scalp and moving down the back of the neck and the spine. For me, that is a little different. I can feel it start in my throat usually. And then I don't think it really moves very much. And it even feels a little bit like a tension in my neck. So that option I do feel sometimes with certain triggers. But I can relax better when I don't feel that tingly sensation so much. Anyway, so this pleasant calming response is typically evoked by specific stimuli known as triggers, such as soft speaking, tapping, personal attention, or gentle sounds like crinkling paper. These triggers engage the senses in a way that reduces anxiety, quiets the mind, and induces a deep state of relaxation, which are key elements for promoting restful sleep. Yeah, so all those sounds can indeed work as triggers for me, but for me, very important is that the sounds don't come across as too forced, so I prefer that they are unintentional. But if they are intentional, then for me it's better if they are really gentle or just not too fast, or Yeah, like I mean, quite a slow movement of sounds, if you can call it that. And that there is also some other factor to the video, like something else that can be focused on other than the sounds. That's why I started my first video with a story, because for me it does help to be able to listen to a story. But then the story should be kind of boring and uneventful. And still it can take your mind off any problems that you might have on your mind. So first the story can grab your attention a little bit, but then you can still drift off to other thoughts. And it would be great if those thoughts were quieter thoughts than the ones you initially had. So then this article breaks down ASMR and why it helps with sleep. So the first reason is physical relaxation. ASMR triggers, like for example, soft repetitive sounds or visual stimuli, can help the body physically relax, similar to how a calming massage can ease tension in your muscles. ASMR seems to trigger a neurological response that makes your body feel comfortable and soothed. When the body relaxes, it sends signals to the brain that it is okay to unwind, helping reduce physical restlessness that can keep you awake. For many people, the tingling sensation associated with ASMR acts as a form of relaxation that eases muscle tension, especially around the head and the neck, allowing the body to prepare for sleep. Yeah, so that part kind of makes sense to me. It does help me relax a lot, and it helps my body relax as well. Then the second point of the article is mental relaxation as opposed to physical relaxation. They say ASMR has a powerful effect on calming the mind. Many people struggle with racing thoughts or anxiety when they fall asleep. Thoughts about their day, worries about the future, or general mental overactivity. ASMR's repetitive, soothing stimuli serve as a form of mindfulness that draws attention away from these intrusive thoughts. The gentle sounds and soft voices often found in ASMR videos help focus the listener's attention on something neutral and calming, rather than allowing the mind to wander or dwell on stress. So yeah, that is kind of what I said earlier, that it gives something different to think about at first. So the shift in attention helps reduce anxiety and induces a meditative state, which is crucial for falling asleep. By focusing on the pleasant sensations of ASMR, the brain moves into a state of restful awareness, allowing sleep to come more easily. And that is a wonderful thought to me, like I can kind of give my attention away and not really worry about it so much. So that is really wonderful for me. Then a third aspect is that it can help with slowed heart rate and breathing. So it's also possible that ASMR can even lower heart rates. kind of like mimicking the body's natural process of preparing for sleep. And as the body relaxes, the heart rate slows and breathing becomes deeper and more rhythmic, both of which signal the brain that it is time to wind down for the night. Many people report feeling a wave of calm wash over them when they watch ASMR videos, almost like their body naturally falls into a pre-sleep state. So the connection between physical relaxation and the slower heart rate is significant because it mimics the body's transition from wakefulness to sleep. The reduction in physical and mental tension brought on by ASMR can help you reach this restful state more quickly. Then also the triggering of a sense of safety and comfort. One of the unique qualities of ASMR is a sense of personal attention it creates. Many ASMR triggers mimic the experience of being cared for or looked after, such as gentle whispering, personal grooming sounds, or the tapping of fingers in a slow, rhythmic manner. Kind of like this. I don't think this microphone will pick it up very well. So these can evoke a sense of comfort and security, similar to how a parent's gentle touch or soothing voice would calm a child. This feeling of being cared for allows people to let their guard down and drift into sleep more easily, as it promotes a sense of safety. The brain is wired to be hyper-aware of dangers when we're alone and anxious, but ASMR creates a virtual sense of presence that helps people feel more secure. This reduction in perceived danger lets the brain and the body relax enough to let sleep naturally take over. For me, that is quite accurate, so really calms my worries about being alone, and it makes me feel less alone. Then it could also reduce cortisol levels. Cortisol is the body's primary stress hormone, and it plays a major role in regulating sleep. High levels of cortisol can make it difficult to relax, and prolonged stress can lead to insomnia. ASMR's calming effects have been shown to reduce stress and anxiety, which can in turn lower cortisol levels. This makes it easier for the body to enter a sleep-friendly state. By helping manage stress, ASMR promotes the production of melatonin, the hormone responsible for regulating sleep cycles. When you are in a relaxed state, cortisol levels drop and melatonin production increases, signaling to your brain that it is time to sleep. So that is quite comforting for me to know those things even. A sixth point is that ASMR is engaging with quiet and soft sounds. So ASMR triggers typically feature quiet, soft, and repetitive sounds like we have been over before, which can be soothing rather than stimulating. Unlike loud noises or erratic, unpredictable sounds that may jolt the brain into wakefulness, ASMR's consistent and gentle stimuli have the opposite effect. They signal to the brain that there is no need to be alert, fostering an environment conducive to sleep. The brain interprets soft, rhythmic sounds as non-threatening and comforting, allowing it to relax. For example, the slow tapping of nails or the brushing of hair are subtle, repetitive motions that lull the mind into a more restful state, much like white noise or soft music might do for some people. So that is true. While white noise or soft music don't really have the same effect on me, because I think for me they're a little bit too unpredictable or too boring. Because often soft music plays, it is really gentle, but then all of a sudden there is some crescendo that you do not really want to hear. But that makes the music more interesting. And more interesting music is good for people usually to draw their attention to, but it's not really what you want when you're trying to fall asleep. At least not me. So what it can also help with ASMR is a positive association with sleep routines. So many people who regularly use ASMR to fall asleep develop a positive association with it. Just like bedtime rituals such as reading a book or drinking warm milk, ASMR can become a comforting part of a person's nighttime routine. Over time, simply hearing the familiar sounds of an ASMR video can signal to the brain that it is time to sleep, creating a conditioned response that aids in faster relaxation. Yes, that makes sense to me. For me, there are certain ASMR channels that do that for me. I don't always like to hear the same exact video, but somehow hearing the same voice does help to get me in the sleeping mode. And then these habitual cues help the body shift into its natural sleep cycle. For many, watching or listening to ASMR before bed creates a predictable, calming routine, which is essential for healthy sleep hygiene. So another aspect is that ASMR can give you a focus on slow, calming narratives, because many ASMR videos feature slow and soft-spoken narratives or role plays that guide the listener into a state of calm. And this type of content, often not stimulating and gently paced, prevents overexcitation of the brain while still keeping the listener's attention engaged enough to push aside restless thoughts. For example, ASMR creators may guide listeners through a story, like a gentle meditation or a simple mundane activity like folding towels or flipping through a book. This slow energy focus quiets the mind and helps distract from the day's stresses, thereby creating an ideal mental space for sleep. So, in essence, ASMR works to help people fall asleep by creating a multi-sensory environment of comfort and calm, easing both the body and the mind into a relaxed state. The combination of soothing sounds, personal attention, and repetitive low stimulation activities triggers a relaxation response that helps prepare the body for sleep. Over time, for many people, ASMR becomes a trusted tool in managing stress and promoting restful, rejuvenating sleep. So that does help me and gives me some guidelines on what to do if I want to continue posting videos like this. And I must admit, I have listened to my own videos while trying to fall asleep, and oftentimes I've been tired enough for the video to do the trick for me, which is good for my views. But maybe a little strange, but don't mind me. I am a little strange, and I don't mind it too much myself. Anyway, I would like to make a request to all ASMR artists that make videos. I would like it in the videos if there are no sudden movements, no sudden sounds. The video is not very exciting, but still interesting enough. The movements are not too fast. The video is not too boring, but a little boring. Also, it's great to have a little variation in content from day to day. But other than that, I also like consistency. So it would be great to have a wonderful mix of consistency and variation. The mix that is ideal for everybody doesn't exist. So hereby just like to request some of these characteristics. And I don't really care about tingling so much as I care about relaxation in ASMR videos. Because the tingling is very finicky. It doesn't get evoked very easily. And it also comes with some excitement that I don't need when I'm trying to get to sleep. Although tingling is interesting, it often gets overstimulating as well. And I don't always like that feeling. That's why I was at one point really looking for unintentional ASMR. But now, when you look for unintentional ASMR, a lot of the videos that come up are not really unintentional. And if they are unintentional, there is some characteristic in it usually as well that is too exciting for me, like too many sudden sounds or sudden movements. So can't really look at unintentional videos so much. Sometimes I get the feeling, like the tingly feeling while watching a movie or something, but it doesn't often happen anyway. It's kind of a random, happy coincidence, and it is hard to be evoked by a video. So anyway, if it's evening for you and you're listening to this on your journey to a wonderful sleep state, you can be sure that you are not alone, because I might even listen at the same time as you to this very video. And also you can let me know what subjects of stories you like to hear. I am pretty finicky myself about what I like to listen to, and I can't promise that I can get into your interest matter, but I would like to know, and maybe I can get into it. So you can write me a comment on this video, and I will see if we share that interest. Anyway, I think it's a wonderful tool, and I want to thank all ASMR people, because I think it's a good service to people in general, even if it doesn't work for everybody. And even if it's kind of a niche audience, sleep can be important, so I think it's good. And it does help for me in those conditions that I stated. And I'm thinking of you too. And let me know what conditions are good for you. And I will try to work on getting as many conditions in as I can. With, I must admit, limited resources at the moment because I only have my phone to use as a microphone. And the audio is not so bad from my phone, so I think it works for maybe not everybody, but for some people. But I'm trying to save up for better equipment if more people would start listening. That doesn't mean I'm not happy with how it is now. I'm glad that I can work on this. It gives me a bit of a feeling that I am helping somebody too, or that I am doing something to help myself, at least trying to fall asleep later. So thank you everybody for listening. And now you can go off to some other video or dreams about horses, sheep, and goats, because that is often a very peaceful scenery, like I have discussed in my first video. And just let it happen. All the good things. And I'll talk to you later. Bye bye.